Well, good morning. I'm down at the plot again today. Beautiful day again. I'm enjoying the last of my days off or going back to work. So I thought I would the cornflowers that I sowed earlier this year began a fantastic show. So I decided, in case they don't set seed themselves, which I'd be more than happy with, I'm gonna take some seeds. A lot of their seed heads are dried out, so I'm gonna take some seeds off that, and any other things that I think might be ready. There's some marigolds, just a normal marigolds, tagetes, and the African marigolds. So I'm going to try and take those as well. Now's quite a good time, as these flowers are drying up, to remember to take some seeds just in case. So as you can see, these ton of cornflowers here. They have been absolutely brilliant, but they are basically finished now. So there is quite a few seed heads here. So I think some of them have gone already. But so I'm gonna have a look through. I'm gonna get some of these off and put them in an envelope. Okay, one envelope. Couldn't find any small ones. Small little brown ones would be ideal, to be honest, about the side of seed packets. But I'm just going to take the ripest ones, so to speak, or the driest ones, and then sort them out in the shed properly. See, but yeah, it's just a case of looking I look to see which ones are the most dried out, really. These are all a mix anyway, so we'll see what happens with these. Okay, so I've found some lovely, crispy seed heads here for the marigolds. I've been deadheading these as I've been going along, but I've obviously left a few because I want to save some seed just in case. I've got tons of marigold seed, but sorry, get the shed out of the way. So yeah, it's just like a backup, isn't it, really? But then I can start deadheading these again so they can continue flowering, and I've got a supply of seed. And I've also got some African marigolds somewhere. Let me have a look. Yeah, so these were just sort of fillers in between the rows of potatoes. So there is a few dried out ones here, so that looks like a likely candidate. So yeah, I haven't got any more of the African marigold seeds, and I really like the structure of those. So yeah, it's a few seed heads here. Possible candidates. I'll take these, take them all to the shed and sort them out. Some calendula seeds actually, just as a backup in case they don't self-seed, but not dried enough yet, so I'm just going to leave them for now. Yeah, as you can see, looking a little bit wet still, so I'll just leave them to dry out. And it's all different type ones, so I'll try and get a mixture when I do actually. What I've decided to do is just put all those cornflowers in an envelope, just all the whole seed heads, and just let them dry out a bit more. And you know, they're not going anywhere, they're going to be in an envelope, so I've labelled them all up, and they're going to go in the old seed box. So that's a little bit of a backup plan, and that means now I can go. I've got plans to take all those cornflowers out which have finished and redo the strawberry bed that's up there. So remove the strawberry plants that I've finished for this year, but redo the bed into a raised no dig bed and reposition them, get all the weed out, etc, etc. So that is the plan for that little area, and it'll get more sun next year once I cut the apple tree back. It needs a really good prune in the winter, and that'll let a lot more light and sunshine through, so the strawberries should do well there next year as well. I've got them other places on the plot. So as I say, I've got these strawberries in other places on the plot. I'll show you where I intend to redo the strawberries down in the sort of fruit garden area, but we've also got them down here as well. So yeah, just put like quite a lot of them under this miniature apple tree that I planted here. Not too sure if this is going to stay here or not. It's one of the first things I planted. I brought it from, it was in a pot at home when I got the allotment in December last year, so we'll see anyway. But the strawberries are in here. They're looking very, very healthy. Now all these strawberry plants, they are nicely spaced out, believe it or not, but they've put on some lush growth. Not many strawberries this year, and I think it's because all these plants were rescued from runners. Well, rescued as runners, should I say. They were rescued from the weeds, which were all around that area. If you can imagine, like this whole site here was literally covered in grass, weed, no paths, nothing at all here except overgrowth. So yeah, I did rescue all of these as runners, potted them up, then replanted them. So I think it's possibly why I've not had a decent crop this year, so I'm hoping next year that's what will happen. And then this is just an extra bed that I made, and these were from the hanging baskets that I tried this year, and I think also these are a lot smaller. I think it's because they've just not had the moisture that are in the hanging baskets. The hanging baskets were quite small, and I think they're also from runners. They are all runners, I think. So I think next year, better crop. If not, it's going to be a rethink. But let me go and show you the other bed. Okay, so there you can see the cornflowers that have all finished. Now this is basically a frame that I just knocked together with some spare wood. I've just positioned it there for now. So all these, as you can see, it's been taken over a little bit by the weed, the dreaded bindweed, which is my nemesis. But I always intended to redo this bed in the next couple of days anyway. So yeah, again, all rescued from the weeds, these strawberry plants. This huge apple tree, we're getting a massive prune, so should let a lot more light and sunshine through. So I'm going to keep this as a fruit garden. I'm going to try the strawberries again next year here. So I am going to dig all these up, level the ground, cardboard down, compost, and then I will this will go as a no-dig bed, and then I'll replant the strawberries. That I'm going to have too many for this space. However, if I can't give them away, which usually everyone on allotment sites have got strawberries, haven't they? Strawberries and rhubarb. Won't be composted, but you know, that is the plan. Has anyone got any tips on loganberries and thornless blackberries? So my plot neighbour was getting rid of her plants, so I dug them up. Never grown them before, as you probably well aware. I've never grown a lot of things before, apart from flowers in the past. So I've got a loganberry here. What is the best way to care for them? I'll show you now. I've put it sort of at the back of the plot next to the raspberries here. I presume it needs to be cordoned or, you know, tied up in some shape or form. But about pruning and stuff like that, I just had to literally prune it back a little bit. I know it's probably the wrong time of year, but I had to do something because it had just been neglected. And the thornless blackberry I've just popped in a pot for now. So yeah, tips on how to care for loganberries, thornless blackberries, how to grow them, where to grow them, pruning tips. I should show you them. Okay, let me get out of the way so the shadow's not there. So yeah, you can see I've put that loganberry there. I've just literally just pruned it back a bit, so just to give it a better chance after I've transplanted it. And then this is where my raspberries are that I've sort of grown up the side here. And these are, I think they're autumn fruiting, but they've started fruiting already, but I don't know, maybe that's because it's so hot. Yeah, so these were just rescued from the mountain of weeds when I took the plot over 7 months ago. Literally it was just, all it was weeds. So I just dug some canes out, and yeah, they were in a bucket for months, and I just planted the canes out in the spring, and they seem to be doing okay. I think probably next year they'll do a lot better. Oh, it's a hot one today. So I've just been digging up some onions actually. They weren't on my plot because I didn't have enough room at the time, and so a plot neighbour very kindly had spare beds that he wasn't using, so I did them, planted them over there, and they're actually from seed. They're Ailsa Craig and from seed. But I can't really keep an eye on too much over there, so I've decided some are quite a medium size, some are small, but I'll show you them now. So this is my harvest of Ailsa Craig from seed. So as you can see, a few funny shaped ones, but there is actually what I would class as quite a reasonable medium onion. And then a few little tiddlers and things like that. But yeah, these are all from seed, so I am actually quite impressed with myself. I sowed the seed in well, Boxing Day I think it was, or the day after Boxing Day, traditional onion seed. So I just harvested them now, so I'm just leaving them to dry out in the sun. There's no rain forecast here for, well, a long time, drought conditions, so I am gonna let them dry out. But if anyone knows of better onions that, well, onions that will make a better size, should we say, varieties that will make a better size than these are Ailsa Craig. Or maybe I've just not treated them right, maybe not been in the ground in long enough, but they were all sort of flopped over anyway, and I say I can't really keep an eye on them over there. They were getting overtaken by weeds on my plot neighbour's bed. So yeah, fairly pleased. Dry these out, store them along with the shallots that I've already got and a few onions. That should keep me going for a while. Nice one. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. If you do like the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.